Hey everyone, it's Nagpal from Remax Hallmark, and this is your rental market update for the month of May 2020. So Toronto got the most press. The one-bedroom condo rental prices dropped almost 6%. The two-bedroom condo rental prices dropped almost 3.3%. And the other interesting thing that's happening is that Richmond Hill, North York, Mississauga, Burlington, Scarborough, Brampton, they all posted significant gains in the rental prices. That 5.8%, we expect that to grow. I think we're going to see another drop in June. And that's simply because of the dynamics that are now taking place, which I'll talk to you in a second about. So we are seeing elevated levels of supply and lower demand in the market for the Toronto core rental market. Part of the reason why we're seeing these rentals drop in Toronto is also affordability. I mean, rents had gotten to a point where it was almost unaffordable for a single young individual to go out renting by themselves. So I think this is kind of much needed in that aspect. So I'll share some of my other observations that are happening in the marketplace. With the demand side and the supply side, we're both seeing interesting things develop. And as I mentioned, we expect this softness in the rental market to kind of continue. So for the Toronto market, specifically downtown, I don't think we're out of the woods yet. I do see some dark clouds on the horizon. On the supply side, for the Toronto market, we are seeing a lot of excess buildup since January. So this is quite seasonal. Every year from November almost to March, rental supply builds up and then it sort of begins to dissipate around March, April. But we had COVID this March. So there was all that excess supply of rental condos sitting on the market. Adding to that, the Airbnb inventory also came into the mix. So a lot of the Airbnb hosts decided to put their condos up for rent in the long-term market, which is 1 year or more. And there's a lot of pre-construction inventory also coming down the pipe this year. So those three issues on the supply side are going to cause some problems. Whereas on the demand side, we have, because of job losses, a lot of tenants who were basically sharing a condo, let's say as roommates. If one of them lost their job, the other one basically couldn't afford to keep it on their own, and they gave up the keys and they went home. Of course, they with proper notices. So there's that supply that came on the market, and the demand dropped. Students, local students, because of the universities moving to an online only program, a lot of the local students are going to stay home and not move to Toronto for the fall semester. So that's going to also open up a lot of condo units that are usually soaked up by the students. And then international students, so that's another big one. All these international students that come in, they obviously need a place to stay, and that's going to add to the mix. So those students are not going to show up, and that demand, again, is going to drop. And with the elevated supply levels, that's going to have a problem too. A lot of the millennials are still staying home. With a lot of the companies moving to a work from home model, a lot of these younger folks are staying home, working from home, and they don't necessarily need to move downtown. So personally speaking, I do see some turbulence in the near term, in the short term, in the rental market. And depending on how quickly the economy opens up, how quickly universities open up, this might have a spillover onto the sale market. So that's something we'll keep watching. And again, June numbers are going to be very interesting to look at to see if we can actually follow a trend. If you have a condo downtown, or if you know someone who has a condo downtown, please do reach out to us if you're looking to rent or to sell, because this short-term turbulence might impact your timing. We might have to kind of work out a strategy specifically for you. Please do reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to give you our feedback on your specific case. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to watch my other video about the resale market activity update, which is also available by the link below.